Hi everybody, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my channel where I talk about books, music, movies, and anything else that takes my fancy. Today is a music day and I am going to show you part one of my vinyl collection. I have two crates. Yeah, that's what they are. They're crates of vinyl, and I will show you what they are. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so let's get going. This is, sorry about the lighting. This is just where my vinyl collection is, and it's way too heavy to move, so I gotta come to it. So first off is Paris Left Bank, which is, you know, typical Parisian music. There's a lot of accordion. It's jazzy. It's very good. When I just want to hear decent stuff and no lyrics, then I really like that. We've got here Dixieland Jazz Hits. We've got the original soundtrack recording of Cabaret, which story, I really loved the soundtrack of Cabaret, and then I went and saw it, and then I realized it was way depressing. So just know that before you go in. We're starting in on some of my compilations. I have a lot of compilation albums because there's this bookstore I go to that has them, and they're really cheap, and they all have songs that I like on it. So we've got all original hits and stars spotlight. This has stuff Boogie Oogie by A Taste of Honey, Talking in Your Sleep by Crystal Gayle. I love The Nightlife by Alicia Bridges. Three Times a Lady by the Commodores, Reminiscing by Little River Band, and Sweet Life by the Paul Davis are some of my highlights. So I really like this one. If you guys remember 80s infomercials, you might remember the name Ronco, headed up by Ron Popeil. This is a hit explosion. Original hits by original stars. None of these are like fake people. We got Play That Funky Music by Wild Cherry. We got Firefall, England Dan and John Ford Coley. Just basically a whole bunch of stuff your parents liked. There we go. Yep. Yeah, it's really good. And it ends with Dance With Me by Orleans, which is a song I really like. Next up is one of my first 80s, real 80s ones, Gold and Platinum. A whole bunch of 80s pop hits, Man Eater by Hall & Oates, Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, Rosanna by Toto, and all kinds of good stuff. Human Nature by Michael Jackson. A nice, very well-rounded 80s compilation. Next up we have Power Play, which I'll be honest, it sounds like it should be a bit harder music than it actually has. It's got Call Me by Blondie, Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar. It doesn't have anything that really says like power play. It doesn't have any like, I don't know. No scorpions. Alright, so next up is Hit Explosion. Boom. Alright. Yeah. It's got Steppin' Out by Joe Jackson, which is seriously, it's on my top 5 favorite 80 songs of all time. Steppin' Out is so good. Such a good song. Sorry. I said that 3 times because I really love that song. Yeah. Ooh, Eye of the Tiger by Survivors on this one. Alright, next up is my favorite of these compilations. This is Gold and Platinum, Volume 6. This came out in 88. No, actually 89. It's got Kokomo, Wishing Well by Terence Trent D'Arby, Tell It to My Heart by Taylor Dayne, Only in My Dreams by Debbie Gibson, which is like the best Debbie Gibson song ever. One More Try by George Michael, and another one of my top 5 80s songs of all time, Electric Blue by Icehouse, which is kind of a one-hit wonder. And it also has Don't Worry, Be Happy by Bobby McFerrin on it. It's really good. Okay, this is more of a 70s compilation. You can tell because it looked kind of ratty. Sounds Spectacular. It's got Free Ride by the Edgar Winter Group. Fire by the Ohio Players. Let's see. Radar Love. Come and Get Your Love, which was on the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. And it's got Shame, Shame, Shame by Shirley and Company, which is one of my favorite dance songs, like, of all time. Anyway, so yeah, sounds spectacular. It does. Next we have another Ronco. It's called Starfire. Original hits, original stars. Of course they all are. It's got Michael Jackson, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. It's got Michael Johnson, This Night Won't Last Forever, which is, I love that one. It's got Journey on it. It's got Sad Eyes by Robert John. It's got Skate, the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes on it. Yeah. Oh, and I Know a Heartache When I See One by Jennifer Warnes. Yeah. You probably don't know anything. Oh, and it's got the Jacksons, Blame It on the Boogie, which is really good. All right, I gotta stop getting all into these. Next up is Mellow Gold. This is a compilations classic. It's a 3-record set. It's got Sundown by Gordon Lightfoot on it. It's so good. And it's got Summer Breeze by Seals and Crofts on the 3rd one. Yep. Oh, Dock of the Bay. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay by Otis Redding and Dr. My Eyes is on the 2nd disc. Oh, so good. Yep. Next up is my last, like, compilation. The rest are all, like, actual albums and stuff. This is Golden Era of Dixieland Jazz, 1887 to 1937. This one's also very good for when you don't want anything with, like, lyrics. So next up, we're gonna get into the A's. I have two albums by Alabama. One is The Closer You Get, and this one is, which I don't know what this one is. Hold on, I'm gonna have to look at it. Of course, another, like, this one is, oh, Feel So Right. Yeah, it's got Old Flame. Oh my goodness. Oh. Sorry. I love Alabama. I love Alabama so much. Alright, next up is Eat a Peach by the Allman Brothers Band. It's a double album. It's live, which is really good. I also have one more Allman Brothers, which is what is this called? I do not know off the top of my head. Wipe the windows, check the oil, dollar gas. Yeah, it's got Southbound. It's got some good stuff on it. Notes. It's also a double album that I think is also live. Alright, that can just go aside until we're done. Next up I have History. It's the greatest hits of America. And we have here Late for the Sky by Jackson Browne. We have We're All Together Again for the First Time. It's Dave Brubeck. More jazz. Jerry Mulligan, Paul Desmond, Alan Dawson, Jack Six. So, yeah, that's very good. This is one of my very special. This next one is one of my very special albums. I got it for my birthday last year. It's the Buckingham Nicks album. Yeah, it's never been turned into a CD. Basically, this is the only way you can get it, and I have it. There we go. We have Glenn Campbell's Greatest Hits. Rest in peace, Glenn Campbell. We have also the debut album of Miss Mariah Carey. This one's very good. I love it. So we have The Singles by the Carpenters. And we have Chicago. This one's the one that has, I don't know. They all have, if you know anything about Chicago, they all have like numbers. They don't have like names. So I don't know which one this one is, but it's got a whole bunch of the good ones. Color My World, which is one of my favorites. And then we have one more other Chicago. This is, let's see. You know what? It doesn't say what the, I don't know. It's good. It's Chicago. Next up is Love Supreme by John Coltrane. Commodores, All the Greatest Hits. This one's another one of my special ones. It's the debut album of Concrete Blonde. Oh, it's got True on it, Dance Along the Edge. It's got like a whole bunch of my favorites on here. It's so good. Next up we have Sam Cooke, live at the Harlem Square Club, 1963. This has a lot of good ones on there. Got the best of CCR. We've got Pure Cult, my favorite band of all time. This is the Singles, 1984 to 1995. This is really good. We also have Electric by the Cult. Next up we have Color by Numbers by Culture Club. Mac Davis, The Greatest Hits. This is a very special country artist from the 70s. Any hoozles. Next up we have John Denver's Greatest Hits. The Best of the Doobies. The Doors. Eagles' Greatest Hits, Volume 1. The Eagles' Greatest Hits, Volume 2. And On the Border. Next up we have Justin Townes Earle, Harlem River Blues. Very good album, highly recommended. We've got Mood Indigo by Duke Ellington. Elvis, as recorded at Madison Square Garden. Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, Let It Loose. Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. This is one of my newest editions. Aretha's Gold, it's very good. So much good stuff. We've got Coleman Hawkins. Another jazz one. We've got Dreamboat Annie by Heart. Got Mr. Jimi Hendrix, Band of Gypsies. Got Billie Holiday, Strange Fruit, promotional copy. That is also one of my newest pickups. Got Whitney Houston. Oh, yes, so good. We got Sports by Huey Lewis and the News. Next up we have Southeastern by Jason Isbell, the greatest songwriter alive today, bar none, in my opinion. You may disagree with me, but you'd be wrong. We also have Something More Than Free by Jason Isbell, which is the second to last. I don't have his most recent album yet. I have it on iTunes. I don't have it in vinyl. Got Control by Janet Jackson. Rhythm Nation by Janet Jackson. You've got Etta James's 19 Greatest Hits. Isn't this awesome? And the last one for this round is Greatest Hits by Waylon Jennings. All right, so that is the first round of my vinyl haul. I hope you found it interesting. If you have anything to say about it, please make a comment if you want. Also, you can like, share, and subscribe if you want. All right, thank you, and come back for part 2. Bye.